is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
We were just talking behind the scenes. It is chilly, though.
I'm not going to disagree with you. It's cold. But I said you're not working outside, so you're fine.
No.
We're fine, David.
No, thank goodness for everyone that I'm not working outside. I would not be good at that. Good morning. Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only TV station, by the way, in town, commercial-free until the top of the hour.
We've got you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us another look at weather in just a few minutes.
You know who works outside? The Barrel Boys. And
yeah.
There's a lot going on road-wise. Your maps are just covered in red right now.
There is a lot going on. You're right, David. Most of it is happening on I-35. That is where we are going to stop at first. The northbound lanes are up to a 45 to 50-minute delay. So closing in on that hour slowdown once again here this morning. That is between Weidner and Judson, where we are down to one lane. Photojournalist David Mendoza has been live above that area for much of the morning. He joins us live from Sky 4. Hi, David.
Hey, good morning. I love hearing David say Barrel Boys. So I've actually decided to move because I've heard reports of an accident, and I believe I have found it. Right now, I am over 1604 eastbound and Blanco Road for an accident. From what I was able to tell on the other side of this bridge, it looks like a single vehicle involved, but traffic is at an absolute standstill. Again, this is the eastbound main lanes of 1604 right under the Blanco Bridge. A little difficult to see what's going on with this accident, but we have fire and police currently out with this vehicle involved, and again, traffic at a total standstill at the moment. I'm going to be above it. I'll let you know how this progresses. Back to you for now.
All right, David, thank you. So another headache to add to our list here this morning. Another backup besides just the one for those construction closures on the northeast side. We're also looking at closures downtown as well, upper level of I-35 northbound from I-10 to Brooklyn. That's the latest for now.
Joy, thank you. This morning, 2 teenagers are in jail and charged with stealing a vehicle at North Star Mall. 17-year-old Jesus Rodriguez and 18-year-old Joshua Williams face charges of unauthorized use of a vehicle, evading arrest, and unlawful carrying of a weapon. They were caught thanks to 2 officers patrolling the area due to a recent spike in vehicle burglaries. Police say they're still looking for another suspect who's been identified as a juvenile. He remains on the run.
Happening today, jury members will dig into the evidence in the murder case of an Uber driver. Experts expected to talk about the evidence collected at the crime scene. This is in the death of Robert Diaz back in 2024. Dominic Kroom is accused of shooting him after he got into the Uber that was being driven by Diaz. The jury could get the case later this week.
Emma Allen at the live desk. Justin, Britain's prime minister is apologizing directly to victims of Jeffrey Epstein after a controversial diplomatic appointment. Keir Starmer saying this morning, just a few moments ago, he made a mistake by appointing Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to Washington, despite Mandelson's ties to Epstein. Starmer says Mandelson misled him about the relationship. Newly released documents and emails show Mandelson remained close to Epstein even after his 2008 conviction for sex offenses involving a minor, Jeffrey Epstein's conviction, that is. Starmer fired Mandelson last fall, but he now faces renewed pressure as the Justice Department released over 3 million files related to the investigations into Epstein. That's the latest from the live desk.
Emma, thank you. A 10-year-old Minnesota girl has been released from ICE custody in Dilley and is now back at home with her family. This is the second child to be released from that facility. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on this story and the details on her release. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, this is according to several news outlets, social media, including Facebook and our Fox affiliate in Minneapolis. Her name is Elizabeth Zuniga Casinjuano. And according to our Minneapolis affiliate, the 4th grader was actually on her way to school with her mother last month when the 2 were detained by ICE agents and taken to the Family Detention Center in Dilley, Texas. Now, we're told that she was released late Tuesday and then flown back to Minnesota to be with the rest of her family. Governor Tim Walz writing to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem requesting detailed information on all detained children, including their numbers, location, and reason for detention. Now, this is the second child after Liam Ramos basically to be released from that Dilley Detention Center. The family currently has an open asylum case, which is still being reviewed. And of course, we'll continue to follow this case and let you know more details. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thank you. About 12 minutes now before 7 a.m. The Texas Education Agency is threatening changes at any ISD because of what it calls a failure to comply regarding the state's cell phone law in public schools. So the TEA is sending the school board from Northeast a letter this week saying that the district refused to comply with the state law of banning phones from bell to bell within a school day. The district says that law is open to interpretation and allows students to have a phone during passing periods and lunch. That TEA letter is also threatening to impose sanctions on the district by replacing its superintendent and replacing the entire school board.
We have a reasonable policy that has been vetted through our families, our communities, our schools, our educators, our students. It allows the students to learn in the classrooms because they're not using their phones. It allows our teachers to teach in the classrooms because they're not having to worry about taking care of kids' cell phones during class. Our families have access when they need to have access like they would normally would.
Essentially here, the state is saying bell to bell means the start of school to the end of school, and the district is saying bell to bell is class to class. And that is what is at play here, is the definition of a school day. The state has one version, the district is talking about a different version.
I think everyone was on the same page that during class time when teachers are instructing, that cell phones should not be present because they are a distraction to students and a distraction to learning.
The TEA says the district has 30 days to respond to a report on its legal findings.
A Chicago area mother has a warning for other parents after her son was injured trying a TikTok trend. 9-year-old Caleb Chabala is recovering from second-degree burns after a squishy toy exploded on him last month. He says he put the toy in the microwave after hearing from a classmate about a TikTok trend to make it more pliable. The hospital that treated Caleb says this is the 4th burn related to the trend they've seen this year.
Stay with me, Gabby. Hey, big Spurs game last night, 5th and final showdown, Spurs, Oklahoma City. This was supposed to be huge. It didn't live up to the hype because Oklahoma City sat 10 of its players, including the entire starting 5. So it got a lot of injuries, a lot of rest. So the challenge was for San Antonio not to overlook them. That did not happen early on. Steph Castle doing Castle things, the dunk there, the pass for the weird but cool shot by Wemby there. Wemby hitting threes. He was awesome last night. Spurs led by 15. Wemby finished with 22 points, 14 rebounds. Watch this putback jam. Spurs win the game 116-106. There it is right there. Spurs are 5 back of Oklahoma City for first place in the West. They're 2 clear, though, of Denver for that 2 spot. So a little distance there. They flew out after the game to Dallas. They'll take on the Mavs tonight. Tip-off set for 7:30. And this could be a big afternoon. The NBA trade deadline is today. 3 o'clock the deadline. Spurs could make a change. Several national reports, but I always follow my man Don Harris from News 4. He is dialed in. He has all the latest detail on a possible Jeremy Sochan deal. Follow him on social media. Watch today, News 4 at 5 o'clock. He'll have the very latest. Sochan could be on the move. Didn't get a contract extension last year, so we'll find out later this afternoon.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Well, as soon as you step outside, you'll notice it is colder this morning. But hey, we're above freezing. It is going to be warming up big time starting tomorrow, and it stays quite toasty through next week. Super Bowl weekend looks very nice. Yes, it's going to stay warm, and we're going to see sunshine. Mostly sunny Saturday, few more clouds Sunday. Still great for grilling. Rain chances next week. Fingers crossed. We need the rain. We'll take a look at those chances coming up. Right now, it is 42 degrees under a clear sky. Clear, colder. Feels like it's 39, though, with that west breeze at 5 miles an hour. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s. It is a lot colder farther to the north and west. It's 33 in Hondo, 31 below freezing in Kerrville. To the east of us, mid to upper 30s from Goliad to Cuero and back towards Pleasanton, low 40s in Gonzales. So jackets needed this morning, but I promise you, you're not going to need those heavy jackets all day. It's going to warm up as we go through the day. There goes the core of the cold still hanging out from the Great Lakes to the northeast. It is going to be warming up, especially from the high plains to the south central plains. This warm up begins tomorrow and it sticks around through at least next week, well above normal temperatures from Texas up towards the Dakotas, including Minnesota. And I'm sure folks up north are really going to love that because it's been frigid there for quite some time. High pressure is in control. We're seeing clear skies all across the state this morning. Some fresh snow coming down across the western Great Lakes, moving towards the Ohio Valley. Rain in central Florida right now. Sunny skies over the next 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and Friday will be sunny. We'll start to see a few more clouds here on Sunday and then a lot more cloud cover early next week. And the clouds will come from an increase in moisture as an upper level disturbance approaches from the west. This will bring in some Pacific moisture Monday into Tuesday, starting in West Texas, then coming through our area. Rain chances with this not looking so high, going with a 30% rain chance here on Tuesday. Maybe slight rain chance Tuesday night. That moves away by Wednesday. Chillier this morning, but milder this afternoon. We'll get to about 69, maybe as high as 70 degrees. Tomorrow, take a look at this, 79. 80 Saturday, Super Bowl Sunday, partly sunny, 77. Next week, mid-70s, mostly cloudy, 30% rain chance Tuesday. Wednesday, as we dry out, high temperatures back into the upper 70s, near 80. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. In the Hill Country, look for highs in the upper 70s Saturday, mid-70s Sunday through Tuesday. And here's the next 7 days for the eastern zone. Bit of rain Tuesday.
All right, we are following a couple of major delays. Starting off here on the north side, we've got an accident in the eastbound lanes of Loop 1604 at Blanco. Photojournalist David Mendoza bringing us this live picture from Sky 4, and he has the details. Good morning, David.
Hey, that's right, Joy. So 1604 eastbound main lanes, it was 2 lanes closed, completely stopping traffic. Looks like we have a lane opened up now, but traffic is just trickling through that very, very slowly. Wreckers have been ordered. It looks like we have 3 vehicles involved, and traffic, unfortunately, is starting to build in the area in both lanes. Rubberneckers and people dealing with this accident. I will leave you with that. Drive safe. Have a great day, and back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Our other major delay are the construction closures on the northeast side. I-35 northbound from Wiener to Judson. 35-minute delay there, and you can see the backup. The one little nugget of good news is that new flyover that is now open on the northwest side of San Antonio. There is now a direct connection from Loop 1604 westbound to I-10 westbound. That means this intersection is now 70% complete. We'll keep you updated on it with your on-time traffic.
Emma Allen at the live desk. Brand new video just in from Arizona. We are now learning 2 people are dead after a helicopter crash during an active shooter response. Authorities say an Arizona Department of Public Safety helicopter crashed while providing tactical air support to officers responding to an active shooter in Flagstaff. The crash killed the pilot and a DPS trooper on board. Officials have not released the cause of the crash and say an investigation is now underway, but residents that live near the scene of the crash reported hearing gunshots and also say their houses shook from the impact of that helicopter crash. Now, the name of the 2 people that have died have not been released, and there is no word on if the suspect was caught. That's the latest from the live desk.
All right, Emma, thanks. For most people, a trip to the Super Bowl is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but for a man in Maine, he's done it now every single year. Don Chrisman has been to every Super Bowl since the first Super Bowl in 1967. He's watched his favorite team, the Patriots, win it 6 times. He's also got autographed balls and jerseys from many of the games. He's now 90 years old. He says his run is over. Chrisman says Super Bowl 60 on Sunday will be his last.
That's nice for him.
Kind of rooting for the Patriots then.